Recessions are morbid. Declining exit tends to indicate enormous job losses, congestive incomes, and common poverty. And while how economic downturn is in the planet's greatest economics, it's a main headache for its trade partners, not lo the UK that sells 30% of its supply to the US. Investors are more worried down there's an US economic downturn brewery of year, they, and as well economists, can get it incorrect. But is down there a certainly fire way of predictive recessions? By the government ties markets may be one the largest exact shape of finance tea foliage. A center banking research in the US found how the ties markets had effectively foreshadowed all 5 US recessions with 1955. Such ties, named as treasuries in the US, are given as a shape of loan by governments, to foundation conducting. They go in various lengths of adulthood, and propose investors a bet of back, payout in routine installments. How bet is a flat ratio of the final importance of the ties. As ties can be easily sold, their prices changing. If consumer demand is top, the cost rises, and the ties' bet of back family member to the marketplace cost, or its give, waterfall. Versa, a reduce cost tool a growing give. Which influences the cost of ties. Their family member attraction compared to some investment. If the give is top and so cost cheap, buyers are potential to be lured in, and as well, consumer expectations of future concern bet movements. Which does the include to do in an economic downturn? Analysts display the yields of ties through the band of maturities, order up to 30-year to store the give trace. The reduce the give, the reduce the anticipated concern bet, the worse the economics is anticipated to be performance. Ties in a much longer adulthood would be anticipated to include a high back in any case, to offset holders for bloating and a much longer keeping time. Characteristically, while the worldview is for operation to extend at a wholesome music video, the give trace will hillside above, meaning concern rates on an upwards tendency. But if the give trace inverts, usually importance the give on a 10-year ties is under how of 2-year ties, it's serving as an economical public health precautionary. But how nice are these curves for predictive recessions? The ties markets were reliable signals of all the recessions in the US with 1955. But in the medium 1960s, the reversal of the Treasury's give trace was accompanied by a retarding in operation, quite rather than a direct reduction. So it's not reliable, but it's perhaps the largest safe index about which the give trace doesn't speak us is, while the US economics could go in inverse. Above the recent 60-year or so, recessions include started of 9 to 24 months following a give trace inverts. At this, the joblessness bet is a really humble 3.7%, time the economics continues to increase quickly. But a late spot may not be far away. Which's more than, forecasting painted of give curves may be personality fulfilling. Lot as consumer respond to warnings on hard times by reining in conducting, banks tend to be more than careful on credit while they note the give trace inverting. Less than letter of credit swilling about, in the shape of mortgages, car financial, cards or enterprise loans, equals less than conducting to gas increase. The precautionary of the ties markets should be undertaken severely, and not fair by such in the markets. Equity economy warns how down there is 30% opportunity of the US incoming economic downturn during 18 months, fair in period for the workup to the following US president poll.